Everyone is talking about GTA 6 pre-orders going live on June 25th, but honestly, that's not the most interesting thing Rockstar revealed. While fans were busy looking at the date, Rockstar quietly released a brand new cover art and updated the GTA 6 website with fresh content. And hidden throughout both are clues that could tell us a lot more about the game's story, world, and maybe even Rockstar's next move. Some of these details are obvious. Others are so easy to miss that most players probably scrolled right past them. But once you start connecting the dots, the picture becomes a lot more interesting. One detail in particular immediately caught the community's attention. The new artwork featuring Jason and Lucia is reportedly labeled Jason and Lucia 03. That might sound insignificant until you remember how Rockstar handled previous releases. The first major artwork lined up with Trailer 1, the second matched Trailer 2. So naturally fans started asking the obvious question, if this is number 3, does Rockstar already have Trailer 3 waiting in the wings? Nobody outside Rockstar knows for sure. But considering the timing of the pre-orders and the sudden website update, it's easy to see why people are paying attention. The theory spread fast, and for good reason. But that wasn't the only thing hiding in the artwork. Longtime GTA fans immediately noticed something familiar. The helicopter is back in the upper corner. The motorcycle chase is back. Even the classic cover girl returns once again. These aren't random design choices. For decades, Rockstar has used cover art to define each GTA era, and by bringing back so many classic elements, they seem to be sending a clear message. GTA 6 may be pushing the series forward, but it hasn't forgotten what made the franchise iconic in the first place. Then there's one character who might reveal far more than Rockstar intended. Right near the bottom of the cover, art stands Raul Bautista. We've already seen him connected to the large bank robbery featured in previous footage. In Trailer 2, Jason and Lucia appear involved in what looks like a major heist. Bautista also appears heavily linked to that operation. The interesting part is Rockstar's decision to feature him so prominently. Cover art space is valuable. Every character included is there for a reason, and that has some fans wondering whether this robbery could be one of the first massive jobs players tackle during the story. If that's true, Rockstar may have quietly highlighted a key figure long before launch, but some of the smallest details may actually tell us the most. One tiny detail in the website video has sparked a surprisingly big debate. As the camera moves across Vice City's skyline, several apartment buildings become visible in the foreground. Most people focused on the sunset and ignored what was happening inside those structures. But when players zoomed in, they noticed something interesting. Many of the visible rooms appear different from one another. Different lighting, different layouts, different furnishings. Now, that doesn't automatically mean every apartment can be entered, but it does suggest Rockstar is putting an incredible amount of effort into making the city feel believable. For years, GTA players have dreamed about entering more buildings throughout the map. While nobody knows exactly how many interiors GTA 6 will feature, these small details suggest Rockstar is paying far more attention to the inside of buildings than ever before. And if the interiors are receiving that much attention, imagine what's happening outside, because another discovery suggests Vice City's residents might actually follow realistic daily routines. The biggest clue wasn't in the skyline, it was in the traffic. When fans analyzed the website footage frame by frame, they noticed something unusual. Different parts of the city seemed to be operating at different activity levels. The roads were busy, the bridges were packed, but the port areas appeared relatively quiet. That might not sound groundbreaking, but it could hint at a much deeper simulation system. Instead of filling every area with random activity at all times, Rockstar may be designing the world around realistic schedules. Certain districts become crowded during working hours. Others become active at night. Some locations slow down entirely depending on the time of day. If that's the case, GTA 6 could feature the most dynamic city Rockstar has ever built, and that's what makes the next discovery so fascinating. The Vice City manatees show up once again. Thaw makes another appearance. Fictional brands, sports teams, and local culture are scattered throughout the artwork. On their own, these details don't seem important. Together, they reveal something Rockstar has always excelled at creating. A world that feels alive whether you're involved in the story or not. Every billboard, logo, and background reference helps sell the illusion that Leonida existed long before players arrived. Then Rockstar released something most people barely spent a few seconds watching, an 8-second skyline video. At first glance, it looks like a simple cinematic shot of Vice City during sunset. Beautiful? Absolutely, but when fans slowed it down, they started noticing an incredible amount of activity packed into those few seconds. Aircraft move across the sky, boats fill the water, traffic flows across multiple roads and bridges. The city feels active from every direction, and suddenly, that short clip became much more than a pretty screenshot in motion. And that's where things start getting really interesting. Look closely at the traffic patterns. Some roads are packed with vehicles. Others are relatively quiet. The port area appears calm, while nearby bridges remain busy. That might not sound revolutionary, but it could hint at something GTA fans have wanted for years. A world that changes based on the time of day. If different parts of the city become active or inactive depending on schedules, work hours, and local activity, GTA 6 could deliver the most realistic city simulation Rockstar has ever attempted. Even after all the trailers and screenshots, we may still be underestimating how ambitious this game really is. But perhaps the biggest mystery appears far off in the distance. On the horizon, players noticed industrial structures, unusual terrain shapes, and distant landmarks that don't have clear explanations yet. Some believe they could be factories located elsewhere in Leonida. Others think they may represent larger geographical features beyond Vice City itself. Whatever they are, they're fueling endless debate among mapping enthusiasts trying to piece together the game's full scale. And so far, nobody has a definitive answer, which brings us back to the biggest takeaway from all of this. The June 25th pre-orders aren't really the story anymore. But characters aren't the only thing Rockstar seems determined to showcase. The more you study these new reveals, the harder it becomes to ignore one thing: the sheer amount of detail Rockstar is packing into this game. There's another question that almost nobody is asking. Why did Rockstar choose these specific characters for the cover art in the first place? When Rockstar creates cover art, every slot is valuable. They're not randomly filling space with cool-looking images. They're choosing the people, locations, and moments they want players thinking about before launch. That's why Booby Ike's appearance stands out so much. Out of all the characters Rockstar could have highlighted, they decided to give him a prominent position on the cover. The same goes for Raul Batista. What's interesting is that neither of these characters appears to be a main protagonist. Jason and Lucia obviously dominate the center of the artwork, yet Rockstar still made room for these supporting characters. That could be a clue about their importance to the story. Think back to previous Rockstar games. Some of the most memorable characters weren't the protagonists themselves. They were the allies, rivals, and larger-than-life personalities that helped shape the world around them. If Rockstar is putting this much emphasis on characters like Booby Ike and Raul Batista before release, there's a good chance they'll play major roles throughout the story, and if that's true, we may have only scratched the surface of the relationships and conflicts waiting for us in Leonida. Take a step back and think about what we've actually seen so far. We've analyzed trailers, we've analyzed screenshots, we've analyzed character artwork. Now we're analyzing an 8-second skyline video, and somehow people are still discovering new details every single day, whether it's fictional sports teams, returning brands, unique building interiors, wildlife, traffic patterns, construction sites, boats, aircraft, or background landmarks. Rockstar seems obsessed with making every corner of Leonida feel believable. What's even more impressive is that many of these details aren't things most players will immediately notice. Some people will never stop to look at the logo on a jersey. Some players won't pay attention to traffic density. Others won't notice distant factories sitting on the horizon, but Rockstar appears to have built those details anyway. That's what separates a good open world from a truly memorable one. The feeling that the world exists independently of the player. And if we're already finding this much hidden information before launch, imagine how much remains undiscovered, because let's be honest, Rockstar has shown us a lot, but they definitely haven't shown us everything. The real story is how much Rockstar managed to reveal without saying a word. A new artwork sparked Trailer 3 theories. Story characters appeared in strategic places. The Skyline video hinted at deeper world systems. And distant landmarks opened up entirely new questions about the size of Leonida. If Rockstar can generate this much discussion from a cover art and an 8-second video, imagine what happens when the next major reveal finally arrives. And something tells me Rockstar isn't done surprising us yet.